You might have heard my video about why terms and conditions are so important, but the question is, how do you get them? How do you know what to put in your terms and conditions? Now, if you're wanting terms and conditions for your business, I do not recommend that you source standard ones. You can get standard terms and conditions. You can buy them online, but I don't recommend them because they won't be tailored to your particular business needs. Some of the terms and conditions that are for sale online are from other states, from where you're in, so the laws might be different, or they might even be from other countries, so you do need to be careful. Now, I do have for sale a standard package with terms and conditions, and this is for people who are running workshops and courses. Now, I've put this out to help people so that at least they'll have some protection, some coverage, but you need to understand that this is not going to cover your specific situation. These are general terms and conditions for people running courses or providing workshops. With mine, I provide not only terms and conditions, I provide a privacy policy, I also provide a social media indemnity or social media sign-off release that allows you to use images and social media on social media. So if you've taken photos or a screen grab of the participants, if it's online, I provide that as well. And I provide terms and conditions, disclaimer, social media release, and some information for you about insurance considerations. So if you're running a course or a workshop, by all means you can purchase that package that I've put together, but you do need to understand that that package is a general package and it doesn't cover off specific things. So I had a client the other day say to me, I'm teaching people about natural therapies and I'm concerned about perhaps the liability around the natural therapy, or perhaps about somebody maybe having an allergic reaction. So obviously the standard terms and conditions that I've created won't go into that specific kind of detail. So if you're interested in my standard package, you can always contact me and ask me how much it would cost to upgrade your terms and conditions for your workshops to your specific requirements. And different types of industries will be different. Medical industry might have more requirements. If you're running workshops on how people can fix their plumbing, we would need to cover off things like you can only teach them so much, and if they go home and they get it wrong, you're not going to be responsible if their toilet springs a leak, for example. So my general advice is avoid standard terms and conditions, but you can use my ones for workshops. If you're running a business, I always recommend that you just get hold of a lawyer, find out how much it's going to cost for specific ones. And if your lawyer is not asking you questions about how you run your business, then that's not the right lawyer for you. The point of going to the lawyer is to make sure that the terms and conditions are specifically created for your situation. And the lawyer should also be asking you, in your industry and in your own business, what is your experience? What things go wrong? What things are potential minefields, so that they can cover off the specific things that occur in your business. So I have a client who installs refrigeration units, and he shared with me, I always ask clients, what are the kind of things that go wrong? And he shared with me something that I hadn't even thought about as a lawyer. Sometimes he installs refrigeration units in bakeries, for example, and he said one of the most common problems that he gets called back to redo a job, is if the refrigeration unit isn't working properly, and he goes back and he finds they haven't given it enough air around the refrigeration unit. It's like you shouldn't put things on top of your microwave. It's got vents to let the hot air out. So the same with the refrigeration units. If people pack boxes right up against the air vents, it puts a strain on the motor, and that can invalidate the manufacturer's guarantee. So I didn't know that about refrigeration units, but because I asked him the kind of problems that he has, we were able to incorporate that into his terms and conditions. So now his clients know that it's their responsibility to make sure that refrigeration units are properly aired, not, pack things right up against those vents. And if they do pack things up against those vents, he is not going to guarantee the job. So if you get a lawyer to do your terms and conditions, the lawyer needs to be asking you, what specifically in your industry and in your particular business have you found where things go wrong? And you need to make it clear to them that you expect the terms and conditions to be specifically drafted for you. If they are just going to use a standard terms and conditions that they've used for a million other businesses, there's not really any benefit to paying the lawyer's rates to get just something standard. So that's my best tips for you on how do you get terms and conditions for your course, your workshop, your online course, and your business. You're welcome to sign up to mine for your workshops and your courses. If it's something slightly out of the ordinary, email me. I'll let you know if I think you need to have specific terms drafted for your particular situation, or go to another lawyer, get them to draft specifically. And if it's your business, I really don't recommend standard terms at all, because every business is different and every industry is different. So trying to put your situation into a standard terms and conditions, that's not going to be the best outcome for you. My name is Cathryn Warburton, and my clients call me the Legal Lioness.